Back into In Focus Kentucky. On today's episode, we're continuing our summer and fall tourism opportunities here in the state of Kentucky, and we're focusing in on the Kentucky State Parks where there's truly something for everyone. And joining me now to talk more about the Red River Gorge is Nancy Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
And Nancy, you are working with the Red River Gorge Zip Line, a
Yes.
pretty popular area, destination place for people that are living in Kentucky, but also traveling from outside the state as well.
Yes, we have visitors from all over, even overseas.
Wow, that sounds pretty interesting. And talk with us about these zip lines that are pretty well known with this particular area. You all attract a lot of visitors because of this Red River Gorge zip line.
Yes, we do. We've got 5 lines. We've got 3 of them that goes through the trees, and they're all individual lines, and they're shorter and lower than our last 2 lines. Lines 4 and 5 are what we call our racing lines, and they both go across the gorge. Line 4 is our longest line. It's like 2,000 foot long and 300 foot high. And then line 5, you come back across that same gorge. Now it's a little bit shorter, but it's the highest. It's like 350 foot high.
Wow.
Awesome.
That sounds awesome for sure. And how long has this zip line experience been here at the Red River Gorge?
We actually opened up, it was like late spring of 2011, and going strong ever since.
And talk about that with people, the actual tourism side of that. It's obviously, you mentioned bringing people from across the state, but also people throughout the country, but
Yes.
also you mentioned overseas people coming
Yes.
in to experience what you'll have to offer. What is it that is just gets people to want to come out and see what you'll have to offer?
Well, I think we have the best zip line around. And it's so exciting to actually go across the gorge. And you're soaring through the air. You can get going to like speeds of up to 55 miles an hour. And that's pretty darn good, I think, to be flying through the air at those speeds.
Now, for people that are just kind of on the fence of, they may not be the biggest thrill seeker, but they are interested in kind of just seeing what you'll have to offer, what type of advice would you give them to want to come out here and check everything out?
Well, I think they should come on out and just look and see. You can look at the zip line at the people who are going, especially on the first one when they go off. And that's like the lowest and the shortest. So a lot of people get comfortable with that one. And I tell them once they do that one, then they're good with the rest of them most of the time.
And share with us too the feedback that when people come through and they you see them when they first check in, but when they come back after the experience, what types of feedback and reactions are you seeing?
Oh, you'll have people when they very first come in, they're very quiet, and they don't say much at all. They'll sit there and they'll kind of fiddle around, and you can tell they're nervous. Well, then on their way back, they're all smiles and they're laughing and they're talking about what a great time they had and how they were so glad that they did it. That even though they were a little bit unsure to start with, they were glad and proud of themselves that they had actually done it.
And safety, obviously, that's a big question that people may always ask.
Yes.
So let our viewers know about some of those safety precautions that the team takes to ensure that everyone has a safe experience.
Well, we do have 3 highly trained guides that go with all of our guests, and they are the ones that do all the hooking up, they do all the braking, they take care of the people, and they're constantly on the lookout for, to be sure that everything is going safely. And that is one of the best reviews we get, is because people say, I felt safe. I felt safe. Thank you. The guides were great and they made me feel safe, and yet I still had a great time.
Now, obviously, we're talking about summer and fall tourism opportunities
Yes.
in the state of Kentucky. So this particular zipline experience, is it offered throughout the year?
All year round. All year round. We have some people who like the cold. They enjoy going out and doing things in the cold. And the scenery changes with each season here. In the winters, you can actually see the cliff lines. So you can see the beauty of the cliffs. Whereas in the summertime, you have a lot of the trees that's in full foliage. In the fall, you've got your fall foliage. So in the wintertime, you've got those cliffs, and that cliff line is gorgeous.
And is that what a lot of people actually kind of take back, as being able to see inside the gorge and see the changing of the colors?
Yes, they do.
And talk with us about the particular hours that you are open. Is this something that, is there certain hours of the day that people can actually zip line?
We actually open the office up at 8 o'clock each morning. Now, our tour times vary, and because of that, we highly recommend that you call and make a reservation, because I can't guarantee that I will have an opening for you if you just walk in. So we need that reservation to assure your spot and to assure that we have a tour going out at that time and that I have guides available.
And for people, when they do actually, if they do decide to make plans to come out and experience the zip lines,
Yes.
Clothing and what types of things should they bring? Is there anything that's required?
The only thing that's required is closed-toed shoes. Other than that, you just dress appropriately for the weather.
And is there no age limit at all?
Just weight. Everyone must weigh at least 70 pounds and no more than 250.
Okay. And for people that come across our program and want to learn more information about the Red River Gorge zip lines, where do they go and how do they find out more information?
Most of our information is on our website, redrivergorgezipline.com, or they can call the office at 606-668-6222.
Well, Nancy, we really appreciate you joining us on our summer and fall tourism opportunities that we're doing, the series we're doing, and sharing what you all do here down at the Red River Gorge Zip Line.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for watching In Focus Kentucky. There are many ways to keep up with updates about this show. You can watch this or any of our past shows online at spectruminfocus.com. And of course, you can follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search at Mario Anderson TV. Have a great week.